wanted to go live and show you how to do. So what I have today is a snowman. I mean, it's like pretty simple and also very cute, but I thought maybe beginners who are in the lookout for some tutorials that could help you on how to make a snowman, then I thought I'll just do a quick live and show you. So what I have here are two snowmans, okay, cute, but they are having the both um, poses are the same. What I'm going to do is again on the same one, and I have a few things ready here. So let me start with white gum paste. Okay, so I'm just taking, so I'm using gum paste. So last um, live I did was using gum paste only, and I did reindeer, right? If you have not watched the reindeer tutorial, maybe you could just hop on to YouTube, Fun Bites channel, and these lives are uploaded there for you guys to go and take a look. And once this live streaming is over, you could watch this again later on the YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm just getting the gum paste needed. Okay, um, corn flour. Okay, so if your gum paste gets a little sticky, then you might have to touch a little bit of corn flour. Okay, so why I'm using gum paste, because I just wanted to harden up quickly as I'm showing it to you in the live itself. Like if I had a little more time, then I could use fondant also, depending on the brand of fondant. Just the fondant alone is enough, and that will hold the shape. Now if you think the fondant that you're using is quite sticky and it doesn't hold the shape of your figurine, then what you could do, use the gum paste, half of the portion from gum paste, and take half of fondant, and then um, knead the both together, fondant and gum paste together, and color that, and I call it modeling paste, which is half of fondant and half of gum paste, and then put that together, knead it, and then get to the shape. Now when you're kneading it, I generally like to squish the fondant or gum paste, so all the creases, the lines are all clearly gone. Okay, so once that is done, I just need now two balls, so I'm just splitting. Okay, and one will be for the body, right, and the other will be for the um, face. Now again, after splitting, I'm going to make a sausage and squish it, because this is a round ball and you don't want any creases or lines. Okay, so I'm first squishing it. After that, I'm just rolling in between my palms and pressing it, like more pressure here. You can see I was almost flattened it up, right? So but the more pressure, after which just release, like make like a cup here, and then release the pressure, and then that flattened ball will just become a proper sphere, right? Now this one, if you see, it is like a proper ball all around, and it will be quite heavy. This one, if you see, it's like a little flat on the side. Okay, now you could do it both the ways. If I can lift, this is quite heavy, and then this is quite flat on the sides. Now I'm just going to um, make it flat. Okay, so this I've just made it flat, and now this you want it to um, stay flat on the table or your counter, and that is when this figurine also will stay. So now I made a spear, then flattened it gently, after which I have put it flat side, and I'm just shaking it here on the table by holding it gently, and that way I'll have a flat base, but it also looks a sphere from the front. Now going to the face part, I will again knead it and then soften up. So this is the body, and that's the round ball for the face. And this also I'm just going to flatten it out a bit, and I'm just going to attach the face to the body. Okay, now here I'm going to use glue. Glue is a mix of water and CMC. I'm going to brush a little bit of glue here on the top, and then the place where the face will stick to the body. And again here I'm going to take the help of a wire. It's a floral wire that I'm using. You could use skewers, or toothpick is a little too small. You could use skewer as well here. Now if you want additional length of the skewer below the figurine, because you want to poke it on the cake, then you could insert this entire thing, like take this long skewer or a wire, insert this starting from the bottom, and then let it go on till the face, the center part of the face, and let this hanging down, and that you can use it to poke it on the cake. But right now I'm just going to allow the figurine to have a flat base so it can stand on my counter. So I'm going to look for the length of the wire and cut only as much needed for me to hold the body and the face. Now the glue is already added. I'm just going to gently insert this wire and insert the face through, and then I'm going to press it down gently so the face attaches itself to the body, and the glue will take some time for it to dry, and let it take its time to dry, which will be say like maybe a few minutes, 30 minutes to about an hour. Okay, so after uh, the face and the body is done, let me allow that to dry, and then the next what I will do, you can just look at this one or this one. It is quite flat for you to see in this angle. Okay, so the next one what I'm going to do is get the cap done. Okay, so I'm just letting the face and the body stick together well. And now for the cap I'm taking black, and this is fondant, right? This is not gum paste. So first, like any other step, the first step is to initially knead it well, make a clean ball. Okay, and okay, and I'm making a thicker sausage first. Okay, and then I'm just going to flatten one side, and that will be the bottom of the cap. Okay, this one, and again here on the top also I will flatten. So I'm just using my index and the thumb and slowly rotating it so it flattens on the top as well, and then it flattens on the bottom as well. Okay, so I'm just going to have that one ready and check if that size is good enough, and then I'm just going to take another ball, press it. Now I could take a help of little bit of corn flour, and then gently flatten it out. And to maintain uh, the circle shape is important, otherwise it's not going to look neat, right? And I just want to check if this part fits on top to make it look like, okay, hat, right? So now once these two parts are ready, I'm going to use the glue. And once the glue is done, just stick the both. Okay, now let me add a thin strip. So this is a red fondant strip. I rolled it and cut using a pizza cutter. That I just want to add it around here, giving a little more detailing to the hat. So to stick this red strip, I'm going to add glue here, and then pick up the strip and use a craft knife and then cut the excess. Okay, so you have the cap done. Now I just want to stick this on top. Here again, this is how I just want it to be placed. Okay, now I'm going to again take help of another skewer. In this case, I'm going to use um, the wire, a floral wire, right? You can also use a skewer. Now I'm just going to add glue here, the bottom of the hat and on top of the head as well. I'm just going to put it on one side. So I'm going to make this sit and poke the skewer in one direction like that. Okay, so you get to see the wire is poked in a direction like an angle, right? And on top of that, I'm going to insert this cap, hat, sorry. So this one is placed, okay, like that. Now the next thing would be, so let me do the eyes. Okay, so for the eyes I have like really tiny, and then I'll also do the buttons. I have some really small, tiny, just to save the time. I have tiny balls of black fondant rolled, and then I'm just going to pick up and place it for the eye. There is glue, little glue that I've added, so I have to be sure exactly on the position where I have applied the glue is where I just need to go and place these tiny fondant balls, black ones. And now I'm just adding the buttons. Okay, so the buttons are done, and then for the nose, You could do like a carrot orange pointy nose. What I have here is a simple red ball for the nose. This looks cute as well. Okay, so once this is done, I just want to let it stay on the table. So I know that it is just going to retain that shape, right? And not fall down, or I don't want the hat part at the back to flatten out because I'm just going to place it down. So then the next thing would be the hand. Okay, for the hand, again I'm going to need wires. Now here, because I have just kept the hand bent, right? You can see here the hands are bent, right? Now to have the bent hand, obviously skewer will not work. So the wire that I use here looks like this, right? And then I'm just going to bend the wire a bit so I can just make bent hands. Okay, now to that I'm just going to add some gum paste into this wire. Okay, and just have little bit of the gum paste here. I'm just going to start pressing it down on this wire and cover that wire with the gum paste. So if it is sticky, I will touch corn flour. Okay, so we just need to make it even, but then have a bent wire that is covered with fondant. We need a little portion here that we will just take the fondant or the gum paste out, because this has to go inside the body. I'll poke this part of the wire in the body. So let me do that to both the hands. So I'm bending the wire like that, okay, and taking the gum paste and just covering it around that wire and retaining the bent shape. Now wherever it is sticky, I'm just going to dust on flour so it doesn't stick, but I'm just able to shape it. Okay, so again here one part I just don't need. We need that little bit of the wire exposed out here, so that will go into the body. We'll be poking that in the body, this part. Okay, now this strip, again what I'm going to do, just make a glove in black color, and that I'm just going to attach. So let me remove some from both the hands. You just want to make it neat as well. Just keep rubbing, and then you will have hands, because you also don't want to make it quite uneven. Okay, so this is what we need for the bent hand. And then for the glove, which is to cover the palm part, you need, so I'm just going to put these guys lying down so you could see where we are heading next, which is for the hands is what I'm working. Okay, so we have these two black balls for the palm. So make a ball and then just make a teardrop first and then press the teardrop and then flatten it out and use a craft knife to cut to make the shape for the thumb, right? So that will be one of the glue. The second thing again, ball is there and then taper down one side, press it down and then cut at an angle for one of the thumb, and this I'm just going to add it to the hand. So I'm brushing some glue there and then I'm just going to poke this through in. Okay, so that is one of the hand, the other one again doing the same. So I'm just going to check for the hand, and that will be the hand. I'm trying to not get confused for the thumb. The thumb is always on the outside of the body. Okay, so this one goes there, and then let's check for this. This one goes here, the thumb is on the outside, and this one goes here. Now again the thumb should be on the outside. There's glue that I have already brushed in. Okay, here again, so I can see both the hands are done and then the glove is also added. Let me add glue. Okay, I'm just going to insert one of the hands here into the body, and then the other one, glue is added. I'm just going to insert from here and then make that hand touch the hat. For it to touch the hat, I'm just going to add some glue in the glue and stick it into the hat. Okay, now most of it is done. Then the last part will be the scarf. Okay, so for the scarf, what I'm going to do, I have a red strip of the fondant and then I have quite a few white strips. So what I'm going to do, I already have one of the scarf made. Okay, just in case if I'm not able to keep sticking the entire white strip, and that if it could take up the time, one of it is done. So this one you roll and keep the red strip ready. And quite a few white strips. Now brush glue on the strip, red one, and then start sticking the white strips. We follow an even gap and interval. Glue's dried a bit, so I'm just brushing back again. So the excess, I will just cut it from either side to about what thickness I just want that scarf to be. Okay, and to cut, let me go on both the sides using a pizza cutter. So what's on both sides, I will remove. Have a bit of excess here, and then for the ends, right, of the scarf, you just go on and use your craft knife and just cut it out, so you have the loose ends of the scarf. And do it on both the sides. You just want the glue to dry out a bit, so I will use a one that's already made. So this I just wanted to show you how we just have the scarf ready. Okay, we could also have it a little thinner than this. Even half the thickness of this will be good enough for the snowman that we have already. Now let me just glue it around. I'm going to make sure it's staying in its place. You don't want it to fall, okay, towards one side. Now let me insert the scarf from one side. You could add glue as needed. So because this scarf is quite thicker, okay, wider, okay, so I'm just going to leave it on the front instead of going around on the neck. So here, let me find the positions and use glue. Okay, again here on the back of the strip, let me add glue and take it around and then stick it. Okay, so I think maybe if we needed, we could maybe add some legs, but that will be the snowman all three made and ready, getting ready for the party for Christmas. Okay, so that's a really simple tutorial, but yet will be very useful for you if you are looking at making figurines for your Christmas cake. Okay, so these guys are lined up, and if in case you guys are still watching, so if you make this, do let me know how this tutorial was useful, and if you would like me to make more such simple tutorials, so then I could just come in frequently and meet you guys in live and then do such smaller cake decorating stuffs that will be very useful for you, come in handy during your decorating cake decorating stuffs. Yeah. So there are a few questions that I have to answer. Before which I just wanted to talk about the Fun Bites Online Cake Decorating Masterclass. I thought this is a nice way where I could just come and meet you guys and then maybe share something very useful to you, and also let you know a little a thing that is even more bigger than this, which is the Fun Bites Online Cake Decorating Masterclass. That is the biggest course from the belt of Fun Bites. If you guys are new to Fun Bites is about 10 years old, and I've been teaching cake decorating for about the past 9 years, and it's been in the online mode of education for about the last 7 years itself. It's not after the pandemic. Fun Bites is being in the online mode of cake education, and Fun Bites is the winner of the Best Online Education Award in the year 2019. Okay, said all this, the mode in which I teach and the mode in which I groom my students is being tried and tested, and we have the ninth batch of the Fun Bites Online Cake Decorating Masterclass running, and it is about to end, and the registrations have started for the 10th batch of FODMC, I shortly call. So we have everything covered under one umbrella in the Fun Bites Online Cake Decorating Masterclass. We start with whipped cream and ganache and buttercream, and we have palette knife, portrait painting, pointillism, buttercream flowers. We have wedding cake in buttercream, and in that particular lesson I allow the students to go explore any kind of technique outside even the syllabus, and whatever technique they want to learn, I guide them to do that practice and then put it on the cake. And we will be moving on to fondant figurines, where we will be making a lot of cute figurines like this what we made. And we also do fondant cutouts and do 2D fondant also is one of the lesson itself in the Fun Bites Online Cake Decorating Masterclass. And we have sugar flowers, wafer paper flowers, and we will be also doing a final finale fondant wedding cake, which will be about 4 tier and really really tall. So this is like, I want people who are aspiring bakers, if you are looking out to becoming cake artist, to upskill yourself and present yourself in the industry to the standards of what and where the cake decorating has already taken itself. And if you want to place yourself in the market, you want a mentor, you want somebody to guide you step by step and want you to take you there. So in the FODMC, we have mentor support, where only after I approve of one of the stage, each stage, then you could move on to the next stage. So even if one small thing is not working or not done well from your end, I'll tell you what you need to change, and so you can move on to the next step. And that is how every lesson every week happens. It is an 8 months long course. We have about 16 lessons, and we give weekly deadlines for you to finish those lessons. And I'll be there, and there are many mentors around in the group. So if you are watching this from any part of the world, it doesn't matter if you're working, and it doesn't matter if you have other commitments, because we have mentors spread across in the globe, and we will be present around the clock, and you could work anytime that's convenient to you, even during your maybe late nights, or maybe you have only weekends to work on. So everything will be taken care of. You just have to trust yourself, be ready to put in the hard work, and then trust the process of this course. And in 8 months time, you can just be as great as some of my students who are part of the course already. And you could watch out for the Instagram page, where I'm just going to come and start posting a lot of my students works done as part of FODMC, so you know what you could take back from this course if you're going to join. So 5th January is the next batch starting up, and registrations are going on in full swing. So I thought I'll take this opportunity and talk to you about the registrations. If you are interested, or you could also let your friends know who want to be an aspiring cake artist, so they could reach out to me, and I will help them join the batch, and then in the next 8 months they could travel that journey with me. Okay, so thank you so much. See you on another live, where I'm going to show you something really very Christmassy, and we'll catch up on the next live. um we have queries. How is your fondant not sticky? Because it was sticky, I did use corn flour. There's corn flour in the bowl, and you can also see my fingers are sticky, and then you can see the color sticking to it. So every time you find your fondant gump is sticky, you just need to pick up corn flour and then just rub it in your hand, and then also add corn flour into the fondant, and then knead it. And make sure the outside of the fondant is very dry, and the dryness you can bring it with the help of corn flour. Okay, so another question, what glue are you using to stick the fondant? Glue is water and CMC powder, or water or Tylo. CMC and Tylos, they can be used interchangeably, and you have some water and then add, like say maybe for a quarter cup of water, you could add quarter teaspoon of CMC powder and mix it. The CMC bits are not going to dissolve immediately, but if you just mix it and leave it, the next day it is just going to be a very gooey, thick mixture. You could store that in airtight, just close it and keep, and you can keep using it until it is there for you, and that is called as edible glue. um Chandani, teach us eggless ginger cookies, please. I think on the Cakes Unplugged Facebook group, I've made the gingerbread house, right? If you haven't watched that video, go on to the YouTube channel for fun nights and then watch that. And the recipes are given on the Facebook group. I think I'll update the YouTube channel as well with the recipes and the templates and all that for you to download from the YouTube channel. Or if you're not joined the Facebook group, Cakes Unplugged with Subhashini Ram Singh is the name of the Facebook group. If you're not joined there yet, you could join there, so you have a lot of resources and a lot of information and the recipes about the gingerbread. And there are other projects as well that I'm doing every month for collaborations, so you could be part of that as well. Okay, so we have any more questions? Ma'am, a cute small Santa. Yes, it's already actually made and ready. But yes, when are we going live next? Maybe Tuesday. Next week, Tuesday, I'll be making a genome Santa Claus. It's on Tuesday. But yeah, timing is like it'll be ad hoc, and I'll just announce and then I'll be there. Okay. But Angel, I'm sure that is a very simple thing for you because you've made bigger things. But yes, I like how you ask. You could still maybe learn something from there. Yes, so waiting and looking forward to having you in the live as well. Okay, so thank you so much for staying here in the live, and looking forward catch you live tomorrow. There's bake along evening 4:30. The announcement will happen, and I haven't yet announced what is going to be there for bake along, but there's something interesting and Christmassy that is coming out tomorrow. Again, you can watch me live, and then after that it will be on Tuesday. Okay, so see you guys, signing out today.